Let's move on to Rams Steelers, and I'm okay with that. I have to switch up from what happened last week. Rams opening up at -4, now 3.5. There are still a couple fours on the board. Pittsburgh Rams total opened up at 45. Now we have 44s, and Pinnacle leading the way towards the under at 43.5 in Pittsburgh on Sunday evening. 47 Fahrenheit, cloudy, 8 miles per hour. Pittsburgh's defense is nasty, and Minka has really solidified it. The Rams are off a bye. I still don't know what we get from Goff and from Gurley, and Gurley's a mystery right now. The question I have is, can the Steelers move the ball against the Rams? Because Ramsey, we know he's just going to follow Juju all over the field. Does that mean maybe a prop bet on Juju receiving yards under? Mason Rudolph is not good enough to succeed against this Rams defense. This Rams defense getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on, especially with the Jalen pickup. Do we make a move on the under here, Donnie? Because I have that with an asterisk beside a giant U. Rams, Steelers, how are you going to play this?
You know, it's funny, Jim, because I had Pittsburgh last week, and as soon as T.Y. Hilton went out, I grabbed them at 1.5, and it swung, anywhere between a pick 'em to -1s, the opposite direction, up till game time. And I'm watching this football game, and sometimes you get those beliefs, because I actually believe I shouldn't have won the football game on the Steelers. I'll take the victory, don't get me wrong, but when I'm watching the football game and I see how different teams operate and what they're actually given on the you're talking about a third-string quarterback that came in that outside of it was a bad interception. Minka Fitzpatrick takes it back, 97, 98 yards. It was a real game changer. If you take that sort of type of play out here, the Colts were the better team all 4 quarters. And even when it came down to you're throwing pick sixes, you have a Hall of Fame kicker that if he just makes a kick, you probably win that football game outright. Maybe we're looking at this different. The one thing that's going to hurt the Rams is Cooks. I doubt Cooks is going to play in this game. And when they have that 3-man weave at wide receiver, it's pretty impressive when you throw in Gerald Everett at tight end as well. And now you get Gurley coming off a bye. He should be refreshed and ready. We'll see if we get Malcolm Brown in this football game. But I can't get that game out of my mouth, because what's going to take place now is you're getting a better defense, a more athletic defense with more playmakers than what the Indianapolis Colts had last week. Aaron Donald is going to be hell on wheels in the middle. I don't even care if James Conner comes back for this game. Mason Rudolph, they don't really allow him to push the football downfield. I think the game plan is going to be right for the Rams to come in here and get a win in Pittsburgh. And I know it opens up at 4, drops to 3.5. Oh, Pittsburgh at home, 3 straight game winners. But when you watch the way the Pittsburgh Steelers operate here, I think the cream of the crop is on the opposite side. I think they're going to get out-coached by Wade Phillips as a defensive coordinator and severely out-coached by McVay on the offensive side of the football. I'm not a big proponent in Mike Tomlin. He should have lost the football game for the Steelers last week in the last 2 minutes of the game. Instead of saying, hey, let me hold my timeouts here, he's throwing challenge flag after challenge flag on pass interferences, both defensive and offensive, lost them both. So Vinatieri does make that field goal with just over a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Instead of having 3 timeouts, you have 1 timeout. Those things matter in these type of games. I'm leaning Rams here early in the week. Honest to God, I am.
Yeah, so am I. And what do you feel about this, my look towards the under here? Does that correlate with the Rams? Or are you worried that Rams off a bye will be able to get to the Steelers defense, which I think is very good?
You know what's funny, Jimmy? Like 44, usually you would say in this game, like if Big Ben was playing or maybe the Rams were high octane, if they're going to be down cooked, Pittsburgh has a really good defense, top 5 defense. They can rush the passer. And we know you're going to see 3 or 4 times in this game, Jared Goff running for his life where he takes that stupid sack and fumbles or tries to throw the football away. He's not athletic enough to get in, and their passing game is going to require 7-step drops. They'll get to him. But on the opposite side, look, the Rams defense, since getting Jalen Ramsey, 37-10, 24-10. They're not exactly getting exposed on the back end, and this Pittsburgh offense can't really expose too many people. Aaron Donald on that front line will be able to get through that Steelers front line, and their back end is now fortified. I don't see a ton of splash plays coming in this football game. I like your look at the under early here in the week, Jimmy.
I do too, and I get your Ram spot, and if this was a 3, I would already have bet it. So that, yeah. But it's not 3.5. I'd like to get the 3.5 if I made a move on it. But I definitely understand your look here. Clint Richardson says, dangerous game to go under. Tomino says, I don't think Pittsburgh's defense is very good. Linebackers are solid, but back end has holes. I love what I've seen from Minka, and I believe in this defense. I really do. Joe Rich Ramirez says, I'm with Donnie on this one. Deer Slayer Ski just got home from work. We'll watch after. Thank you so much for joining us, Deer Slayer Ski. Great capper.